Hey everyone, I am back with a scrapbooking layout process video using the Felicity Jane kits. So for this process, I'm actually using mostly papers from the Taylor kit, but a mixture of other pieces from like the most recent kits, so like Gabby, and I think I use a piece from Amanda, but definitely a lot of Taylor. I have like these pieces of paper, like these strips of paper left over from when I did a bunch of cards using the Taylor kit, and so I kind of wanted to use them up in some sort of way. And this is the photo that I chose to work with, and so I decided to pull out all of the lighter patterns, so more of the whites and the pale pinks, and some of the blue, I believe, from the Tori kit. It's a mixture of Taylor, Gabby, and Tori, and I think one of the journaling cards I used is from Amanda. But yeah, I just kind of pulled out all the mints and the pale pinks, and then of course the wonderful black and white patterns that are throughout all of the Felicity Jane kits. And so I have all of my papers in sort of like strips. You see here I'm struggling to put down that it's one of the mint blue kind of cardstocks there. I wanted the scalp to show. I make it work, you know, it kind of ruffled up a bit, but I do make it work. I put down these two pattern papers that are from the Taylor kit. One is with the little black and white sketchy florals, and then the pink and white stripe there. I fuss around a lot with those cardstock fringe pieces from Gabby. I do end up using the mint one and the pale pink one, and so basically those are the colors that I'm working with. My photo is very pastel-y and ethereal, if you will. It's a photo that I wanted to do some sort of creative self-portrait, and I got a little carried away with kind of the photo editing of it, and it looks really cool. But the colors are those colors of the blues and the pinks and kind of like a mauvish kind of purple, and so I try my best to pick out all the pieces from those kits, those three kits that have all the things. And it's interesting because those kits, the Taylor kit, the Gabby kit, and the Tori kit, I believe are the last kits before the new Christmas Cocoa kit. They're very like autumnal. They're almost like they have those darker colors, but I was able to take out these pastel kind of feminine colors from it. I love the Felicity Jane kits for that reason, because you can get so many styles and feels with just one kit. So after I put down like those strips of paper on the side there, and they're all glued down right now, I begin building up my little photo cluster. And so I have a couple of journaling cards. I only end up using one of them in the back, but I just kind of map my photo down on that black and white sort of sketched floral paper, and as well as that mint blue cardstock as well, just to repeat those patterns there behind the photo, which I left with a white border. And then, of course, just layering a whole bunch of things behind it. So I have a white doily, I have that journaling card, and I have a bit of that pink and white striped pattern paper there, just to repeat it on the side as well. And so once I kind of have that, I begin to like build up everything else. I begin to position the fringe, the cardstock fringe, both the pale pink and the mint color. And then I pulled out a bunch of ephemera pieces from the different ephemera packs that just had both of those colors in it. So I have this scallop piece. I can't recall where that one is from. It's probably the Taylor kit. I have some tabs. I have some tags, and then like for my title, I decided to go with the goals piece. I believe that's from Taylor. It's either Taylor or Gabby. I can't remember like off the top of my head right now. And I have a chipboard piece from Gabby, I want to say. I have the Tori puffy stickers that I do end up using some pieces from that. And then I have these two felt hearts. Those are definitely from the Bailey kit. And they were the only ones that I had left over, and they just happened to be the colors that I was using. And then just the white, having the white repeated, because I do have a lot of white space on this layout. because my background is white, and I decided not to use any like mixed media or anything. So I just like how these colors are very light and pale, and everything is sort of I want to say the word, but everything is sort of aerial in that feel. Like, it's just, yeah, it's definitely my style. And so I play around with all the different pieces. I did put down the little title and that chipboard piece. So the title is goals. I end up using an alpha from the Tori kit to write out my, so it says my goals. And then the arrow says this, and it's kind of pointing to like nothing, but it's, you know, pointing to the photograph. And so in the photograph, I'm actually sitting on a cloud and kind of hovering in the air, and my arms are up, and then above me is the moon cycle. It's a very kind of a whimsical photo. Hopefully I can share it on the Instagram soon, but yeah, and so everything is just like that. And on the bottom right corner of my layout, I do end up doing a cluster there of labels where I just kind of journal little thing. And so I'm calling it my goals as a title, and literally I have one major goal in life, I think. This past month I had to kind of reassess my personal goals because a lot has changed in the year, and some of the things that I wanted to do this year couldn't happen for various reasons, and so it had me kind of assess things. But yeah, I think like my major goal in life, like, you know, I was pondering that question that you get in like job interviews sometimes. I hate the question. I just despise it. But it's where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I understand it's a goal-oriented question. Like, interviewers want to know if you have some sort of set goals. I hate the question. I think it's complete BS. But I have been pondering an answer for that question. And it doesn't matter if it's 5 years, 10 years, 1 year, whatever. I think one of my ultimate goals in life is just to be content. And I say content because happiness is relative, and everybody kind of measures happiness in a different way, just like we all measure success in a different way. But content. I want to be content in everything that I do. And how I describe it on my layout when I do a little bit of journaling there on those two little labels, it's just 2 labels from the Essential Labels pack with literally a bunch of stickers and embellishments around it, and a little embellishment that says my journey, because of course living life is a journey and everyone has their own journey that they have to go on. But going back to my goal in life, so yeah, it's to be relatively content or relative happiness. Ultimate goal is to be content in everything that I do in life, and sort of kind of, I wrote it there, something like that feeling of floating. You know, when you're like really happy about something or really excited about something and you have that just feeling in the pit of your stomach, it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's anxiety. I mean, it could manifest itself as an anxiety, but it's like you're anticipating good things, you're excited about something, and you kind of, you know, you kind of feel like you're floating on air. That's how I see my contentness in the future. I just kind of want to be constantly having that feeling like I'm floating on air and just being happy and excited about everything. And I think that's the ultimate goal. I've been thinking about a lot of things, and that is definitely the ultimate goal in life. And so I just kind of, you know, built this entire layout based on that. And so you saw here that I put a different tag there, and put some this kind of mesh blue ribbon through it, and scattered things with epoxy dots and hearts and stuff like that. But yeah, here are the photos, close-up photos of the entire layout. Be sure to check the Felicity Jane blog for more of the photos and more of my process. And yeah, I just really hope you enjoyed this video. I know I kind of chatted about the meaning behind my layout, but yeah, I really hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!